and scholars, our dignitaries in the dais, the organizer of this graduation celebration event, Brother Dr. Bharati Prabhu, patron of Tudi movement, the great Ambedkarite, Honorable R. Krishnadas Gandhi IAS, Professor Lakshmanan, Sangeeta, Professor Dayanand, the lifetime achiever, Dr. Guhanandam, a great contributor to the Dalit literature, Mr. Viripa Idayavendan, the Lifetime Achiever Award winner, Miss Vedanayaki, Dr. Adivarahan Deiko, and all other dignitaries and organizers. My best wishes for you all. First of all, I would like to express my sincere thanks to these organizers, the representatives of Tudi movement, particularly Brother Bharati Prabhu and Professor Dayanand, for giving this opportunity to deliver my speech among you. For the past 10 years and more, this event has been organizing by our Tudi movement under the valuable guidance of Professor Dayanand. This is a great event for having interactions among ourselves. The purpose of the event, you all know very well. American, African, Dalit and tribal people have come together and share our happiness. After Dr. Ambedkar, we got social and political awareness. Because of his dedication only, we got the social justice in this caste society for a long time. Otherwise, we can't enter into a school for education. Now we can enter into all institutions, universities, only because of Dr. Ambedkar's contribution. So we should celebrate the graduations with the memories of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Now, Baba Sahib Dr. Ambedkar, the revolutionary Dr. Ambedkar, made a great revolution in this society, Indian society. He is only the hero in the revolution. Dr. Ambedkar achieved everything after his education only. Otherwise, he never achieved like this. So each and every individual should know about the value of education. We do not bother about the employment. We should educate, we should have education and should educate the people. The purpose of the education, not for an employment. The purpose of the education, to educate the people for the revolution we need. That is the Dr. Ambedkar. He got many degrees, many PhDs in all fields: economics, philosophy, literature, politics, history, in everything. For what? To create awareness among downtrodden people. He created, he achieved. Now Indian politics going around Dr. Ambedkar. Without Ambedkar ideology, without Ambedkar philosophy, the Indian politics never moved an inch. So we should know the value of education through Dr. Ambedkar. So many students have come here from various countries, particularly South African countries. And many students have come here from various states, from Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, like. So really I am happy. Our Dalit students are having good opportunities to do research in all educational institutions regarding various subjects, regarding literature, regarding culture, regarding politics, like so on. So each and every research scholars should come forward to do the social work for the upliftment of downtrodden people, particularly Dalits and tribals. After many decades, after Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, we are achieving in the educational field, not in the political field. We are fighting for the liberation. What do you mean by liberation? Only getting the employment, only getting the safer life. This is not liberation. Liberation for the society who are suffering long by the caste discrimination, in all kinds of discriminations. We know there are many discriminations in the society. Political discrimination, economical discriminations, and social discrimination. We are facing every day and every moment in our life. So we are the fighters against the discriminations in the society. The eradication of discrimination is the real emancipation of the working class. Even women emancipation also only through annihilation of caste. If we are not ready to work together for annihilation of caste in the society, we never liberate from these discriminations and evils. So education is for liberation. Education is not only for an employment. Graduation is for liberation, not for only honoring or getting employment. So my dear brothers and students and sisters, we should know the value of education, purpose of the education, and our target of our life. This is the enlightenment of our life. Education means a kind of enlightenment. Not only through spiritualism, you can achieve the enlightenment through education. Education also have the power to enlighten each and every individual. So, we should understand the real value of education, and we should know our target in our life. Then only you can correlate your graduations and your target of your life. So Dr. Ambedkar is an example for our ambition. He is our inspiration. More than 10 decades, before more than 10 decades, there was no any school for Dalits and tribals. Historically, we came to know that our Mahatma Jyotiba Phule started one school for tribal children, particularly for girl children. This was the first institution, educational institution for Dalits or tribals, only 100 years ago. So before that, we didn't have. So no education for this community, for this society. Only because of this reason, we couldn't achieve in our life. We don't have power to struggle against these discriminations. And we should know about the culture which is ours. Our culture, a traditional one. We have a great tradition, but now we are suffering lot because of this caste system. So we should know the philosophy of culture. Whether it is our culture, whether it is Hindu culture or any other culture. Unknowingly, we are following the Hindu culture. Unknowingly, we are celebrating Hindu festivals. So, we should know the differences among the cultures which is prevailing in the society now. So, our great warriors, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Pandit Ayodhyadas and many other leaders from this community identified our own culture and educated the people. So originally we are all Buddhist. Our culture is Buddhist culture. Buddhism is not a religion. We should know it. This is very important. Hinduism is a religion. Christianity a religion. Islam a religion. Buddhism is not like that. This is a philosophy for a good life, for good living. This is not a religion because Buddhism has no God. So we have no temple. So we have no any superstitious rituals. Superstitional rituals. So we must know about the real philosophy of Buddhism. So our education should be like this, not meant for an employment. Our brothers and sisters, we came to know about the contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Jyotirao Phule and Pandit Ayodhyadas. These are the real factors of our social revolution. We should bring all these to the downtrodden people. I mean, we should make them to have education. Only through the education we can educate our political, social, economical and cultural thoughts or philosophies. So our Baba Sahib Dr. Ambedkar is our role model to do the service to the downtrodden people for their liberation. This is not only for Indian students, for all working class across the world. Dr. Ambedkar not only for Indian downtrodden, he is a revolutionary thinker for all working class people all over the world. That's what in many countries like Australia, Italy, Japan and America, the scholars are celebrating Dr. Ambedkar's 125th birthday celebrations. We came to know that in Australia and many universities, they unveiled the portraits of Dr. Ambedkar. Even in the parliament, our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, spoke that only because of Dr. Ambedkar, he came to that chair. He spoke like that. So this is the achievement of Dr. Ambedkar. When he was a student, they insulted him, ill-treated him. But now they are claiming that only because of Dr. Ambedkar they have achieved. This is the achievement of Dr. Ambedkar. You know, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, now he is making a great 125 feet bronze statue for Dr. Ambedkar in Amaravati, new headquarters of Andhra Pradesh. Also, Mr. Chandrasekhara Rao in Telangana, he also allotted crores together for installing 125 feet bronze statue Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. This is the history of Dr. Ambedkar. This is the victory of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. In many states, even in Gujarat, they are totally against Ambedkarism. They are only for Hinduism, the rulers in Gujarat. But they went to London and searched the place where Dr. Ambedkar was studying and found that house and purchased. Now they named Dr. B.R. Ambedkar House in London. Who are they? They are hardcore Hindutva forces. But they have done these kind of works only because of the Dr. Ambedkar's contribution. Without Ambedkar, no politicians can move their steps forward. This is the real situation in our country. But still, we don't know the real values of Dr. Ambedkar. Many Dalit organizations and leaders having alliance with the Hindutva forces and getting powers and enjoying powers. This is betray to the Dr. Ambedkar. This is betray. So we should give the real reverence to our Dr. B.R. Ambedkar only through the philosophy of Dr. Ambedkar, the annihilation of caste. Annihilation of caste. This is the core point of Dr. Ambedkar. The core philosophy of Dr. Ambedkar. The liberation of people is nothing but annihilation of caste. So, initially I told about the liberation. So, what do you mean by liberation? Dr. Ambedkar says, annihilation of caste is the liberation. So, we should obey and follow Dr. Ambedkar ideology, and we will fight against Hinduism, particularly one nation, one culture. This is motto of Hindu forces, hardcore Hindu forces. What do you mean by one culture? That means one religion, one language in the country. Through one religion can make one culture. Otherwise, we won't. He won't. So they want to establish this country as Hindustan. This is their intention. They are against minorities, against to Dalits and tribals. So, our education should help to find out these kind of politics, help to know these kind of Hinduism. So our culture is not Hindu culture, our religion is not Hindu, our philosophy is not Hindu philosophy. So we should fight against these hardcore Hindutva forces to establish Dr. Ambedkar ideology in our country. Our target is annihilation of caste. We should not proud of our caste identity. This will not help. So, we should be proud of disciples of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. We should say, I am Dr. Ambedkarite. I am the student of Dr. Ambedkar. I am disciple of Dr. Ambedkar. I am fighting against caste discrimination. I am fighting to annihilate the caste system in our society. This is our pride. So, I am very happy to have this chance to share my views in this great event. My best wishes to all students and research scholars. Thank you very much.